Okay, everyone, welcome back. And we're just gonna pick up right from this cutscene.
Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business, then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Good God. Is this a Gauntlet Runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Nuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
He added a lot of extras.
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lonely, brazen court engineer, butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy! Treason!
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the value runner alone.
Look, this runner... Tis fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate. For both our sakes.
You're blackmailing him!
Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
I'll be right back for a quick second. I just want to...
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where, last I heard. So if you're back now and now you want a Gauntlet Runner for His Highness? Is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
Oops. That is not what I wanted to do.
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
Wow, he took that very well and very quickly too.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world. I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
If we die, we die together.
Well, if we die, we all die together.
The boy's bold as brass.
It's not an invitation, you dolt. Eyes on the road.
Either
a good
way,
one.
he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and greasework. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brylehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this Gauntlet Runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then
But the
again,
guy is a monster in his own
it's
right.
just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
I think it's a perfect idea.
Makes sense, doesn't it? The bounty's Heismate, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet, 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster.
But he
Then
is a
again,
monster.
Our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the Gauntlet Runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much
We're
else.
going to
All
take a
my
look
fighting
at the
happens in
new
old
car.
workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And I'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as the strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can also visit Academia by finding more and interacting with him. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around on your way there.
Oh, yeah?
I've never been in a Gauntlet Runner. Kinda want to see what the engine room is like. Yeah, it's start to heck bro. The runner makes a smooth ride at least. Eccentricities aside, he certainly earned his title as court engineer. That said, I'm more concerned with its unseen workings. I do hope he hasn't made any dubious additions. Control. A carriage can't begin to compete with a Gauntlet Runner's speed. I suppose they've earned their reputation. That I'm in constant fear of losing my lunch is far from ideal, but once I'm used to it, I'm sure the journey will be pleasant. So this is a massive door. This door leads to the very end of the Gauntlet Runner. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. Watchtower. Let's go to the Watchtower. Look at this thing. It's like a Seraph from Halo. Wow, this is quite the Gauntlet Runner. Though the gyro makes me a little nervous. Wow, nothing but desert. Let's go back down. The deck. Let's check the deck. Wow, this is quite a Gauntlet Runner. Okay, so she just says the same line again. Hey, you can see the guy at the helm. This thing's stupid legs. Do we have, like, cannons? Do we have weapons on this bad boy? Like, if we need to fight another Gauntlet Runner, can we do that? Can we, like, zap the frig out of them? That would be interesting. Alright, so this is a washroom. Toilet. Not now. There are more pressing matters at hand.
Incredible!
Wow, this room is made for bathing. Can we really just hop in mid-ride and take a real bath? Now that I could get used to. I call for a dip.
Hey!
But were you just going to stride up and strip nude? Where do you think you are? Unacceptable.
Really?
It's a bathing room. Not to mention, no running water. No running water yet. Working on it. Whoa, unacceptable. Oh, we can check the pantry. This rock beans and gauntlet shrooms. Did they grow here? I could use these for cooking. Yeah, I haven't done any cooking, and I'm not looking forward to cooking because that's usually a thing in games I ignore. I got a cooking table. I'm not gonna press any just in case. Food shop. It's stocked with food suitable for a long journey. I would prefer to cook first before eating.
So?
Not to watch you this properly, but being that water's a precious resource, that's really worth it. Engine room corridor. We'll go to engine room. Oh, it's capsules! You're sleeping at capsule! Our beds, they seem pretty small. Alright. The back deck. Let's see what the back deck is like.
What's this?
Beneath this cloth, there seems to be a big barrel. I wonder what it's used for. Okay, central corridor. Alright, to the engine room we go. And look, there's more. Washing machine. A machine that does laundry, handmade by Nura. Seems there's nothing in it at the moment. Okay. Whoa. There's a heart in here. I wonder what makes this thing run. Hello? First time on a Gauntlet Runner, eh? Ooh, that scared me. Looks like that pipe's here too. Call that runner phone. There's one in every room.
Spectacular.
Now I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use these magma crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be you take your life in your hands when you travel the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beast, made for 0 momentum loss, even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed. Another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told you to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, there's still plenty about the old girl that's work in progress, but by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. Gauntlet Runner activities. You'll continue on to your destination, space and time in, obtain items. Utilize the facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things. You would go to the town, try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can spend your time with your allies while traveling, which may help improve your virtues. At the end of each day, the choice is yours. I've never seen a igniter like this before. A magic igniter is enormous compared to the ones used by the army. It's fuel. Yeah, it's an interesting looking thing. I don't know what I gotta say. There's more. I guess
Now, where was I?
Let's see what happens.
Ah, how good of you to come.
So your journey has begun. May you meet all manner of people across these untrodden lands. Archetypes are influenced by connections of the heart, so to speak, which means the more hearts you encounter, the more your own might grow. I sincerely look forward to seeing what your journey will bring to my research.
That's a good kitty.
And let's get out of here.
You'll come.
Let's check out our virtues. So... we can stand to increase imagination or elegance. We haven't even started with elegance.
Come on!
This weird tool is actually a cleaning igniter that Nura is modified to create wind that allows the wind that collects dust. Very nifty. That's hard lifting. I know it's hard, but all the lifting and bending over, sure, it's a shame for your legs, yeah?
Got it.
Nura's research desk. This must be the what do people do here? Yeah. I think I might read. There's something I can interact with. I never smelled this fragrance before. I can't tell whether it's used for food or fuel. There's a fluffy bag that's perfect for sitting on. If I sat on it, I don't think I'll be able to move. Alright, let's get out of here. Hey,
Speaking of,
Nurse said he got the kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, would you fancy a meal? I hardly consider myself a chef of any big skill, but Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes I learned from the Hershey. This dude lazy ass, get your ass up. What you doing? Oh, I feel drunk.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll survive. I can handle the swaying of a carriage, but that's another piece. Seems I'll need to learn to endure it. Oh, he has motion sickness to the max. Understandable. Let's do pride and persuasion. The book outlines useful conversation techniques for convincing others. I haven't started it yet. Nurse probably left us here, huh? Let's take it over to the window if you want to read together. Yes. We'll read the book.
What's that?
Why can't you just sit in a chair like a normal person? Whatever. Apparently, this book teaches you ways to ensure others will agree with you. This section's part of the basics. First impressions are vital when it comes to negotiations. Okay, I guess that's true enough. Lower the other person's guard by assuming a natural smile and humble demeanor. Then use flattery to probe for weak points.
What are you talking about?
Probe for weak points? Why? Strike the down one head to gain the other hand and exploit them without mercy. To ensure they don't even have a chance to think.
Kidding.
So you strike for their weak points and then negotiate while they're still reeling from it? That's brute force, though. I feel like studying the art of persuasion has slightly increased my eloquence.
Alright.
Yeah, I got 3 for that. I wonder if my choices would make it increase by more levels. I'm surprised. I guess a bit of force can go a long way in helping negotiations go smoothly. There's still more left to read in this book. I'll pick up from here next time.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Establishing an encampment. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced in darkness. These are some words, man. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart Gauntlet Runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While at an encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the Gauntlet Runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. 3 days until we reach Martira. Our first time killing in a Gauntlet Runner. I'm kind of excited, but it'll be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with someone? I think I want to relax with the driver, because we need to learn more about him, and we could probably unlock a new archetype if we do. So yeah, let's talk to my boy.
Your thoughts?
Ho ho! Was that right, eh? How was that right, eh? Smooth as butter, luxurious as a palace, awe-inspiring, tear-jerking. This run is such a guilty pleasure. Though credit where it's due, my tinkering certainly helped make her what she is. Though, full discourse, that's all thanks to a little mechanism I whipped together that keeps her legs from sinking into the dunes. Wouldn't have to worry about the terrain if she could just fly. But that's a story for another day. Off you go. Better to get your 40 winks. But I want to know the story. I want to know the story! Oh, apparently you can't eat these bugs. Well, according to Hulkenberg anyway. I should try and catch one. Yeah, I got a bug. Do we have a map here? Okay, so we have a map. So... which virtue is that? Imagination. So imagination is something we need to increase. Should I spend time with Stroll or with Hulkenberg? Well, I spent time with Stroll last time, so I guess I'll go with Hulkenberg. We'll spend time with Stroll next time. Ah, well met. I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I've no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, might we talk a bit? By recalling the past and planning for the future with Hulkenberg, maybe I can hone my imagination. Should I spend time with Hulkenberg? Yep, we should. this power we've awoken to. I have all sorts of questions, but what I really find curious are these forms we take on. Each has their unique aspects, but one bit they all have in common is their armor-like appearances. What do you make of that? Well, I think it's cool. What are these choices, man? These two are basically the same thing. Come on.
Certainly.
I think it looks cool.
I see.
I do find the austerity of the designs intriguing, but I was not speaking on how they look per se. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power as one directs a horse by its reins. It is said people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of that power lurking within them. Is that not then the very condition to awaken our slumbering power? Also, hence why it is so exhausting and why it cannot be maintained for long. The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We do well to practice diligence maintaining our food reserves. Hulkenberg and I talked about things to come. I feel like my imagination has increased.
All right.
Come on, come on, come on. Aww. It's getting quite late, but we've got ways to go yet, so I would very much like to continue chatting with you. Well, sadly, I'm talking to Stroll tomorrow, so there we go.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws
I think I like the
nearer.
fact that they use they give you extra magla as opposed to bonus points in the level up, because it means I could be more willing to make my own choices. Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that the sleeping quarters more than exceeded your expectations, eh? You just built a capsule hotel, okay? That's probably the most disappointing thing in this entire thing, okay?
True.
They were better than I'd feared, considering how tiny they are, but I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nary a grain of sand could fit even between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
Wow, runners really are neat, aren't they? A carriage would just never be able to get through the desert this fast, but just keep an eye on the road, okay, nurse? We're alive from Martira in 2 days. Okay, ooh. So now we have more options to increase our royal virtues. So wisdom, we can increase our courage. Or I could keep going with elegance. I do want to get more stuff to level 2. Maybe I'll talk with Stroll to get the courage up.
Hey.
Hey Micro, good timing. I was about to do some maintenance on my weapons. If we got the time, why not join me? It's as refreshing for the mind as it is for our battles. Maintaining my weapon may help me improve my focus during the fight and hold my courage. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have a look at your blade then.
Got a moment?
You'll think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I like to live without the sword. That's fair enough. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Oh, I didn't even realize we were like, oh, we're still on this answer. Okay. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. That's why one day I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory. And not just mine, all the ruined hometowns.
Hey.
How about you? I share my plan, let's hear yours. What'll you do when the fight's over?
So that means...
I think I want to travel.
Oh, I see, I see.
To go where the wind takes you, I take it. That does sound nice. I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for naught if it gets attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters. not leave it to a spineless army and its incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Luis. We'll fight
Look
for
at
change.
that.
I want to do something about that too.
Yeah.
I agree, but seeing the state of our country's army, I'm all the more glad you're our captain, truly. You resolved to stand on the front line of our fight, so it's only right that you lead. Our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission.
Hey,
I envy you sometimes, you know, to act with such convictions. How does one become so bold? I do what I must.
Yeah.
I'm only doing what needs to be done, one step at a time.
right.
Easier said than done. I get so fixated on the past, I lose sight of the present sometimes. You always look forward, and that's what I envy about you. All this to say, I have faith in you. We have more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king shall be determined by what the people think of as justice. They're free to make their choices, but so is the one being chosen. I wonder who it'll end up being after all.
All
this.
right.
Anyway, this sword's shining like new. Let's finish this up. Care for my weapon has fortified my will to fight as well as praise my courage.
Now then.
Yes, made it to level 2. Let's go.
Courage. Why, that's...
Ooh, we're making a Magla, man. We're making a Magla bucks.
We could stop for a break.
Oh, hey, break time, chums. There's something up ahead, so we'll be stopping here.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's Magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching Magla surrounding the tree. The Gauntlet Runner comes to a stop at its base.
Oh no, we're getting held up already. Here we are. Shall we get a closer look? Oh, what a pretty tree.
Wow.
Oh wow, it's so pretty.
That's...
It's not just the leaves. It's as though the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future? And how does a plant grow in the middle of a huge desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I'm sensing an incredible amount of Magla in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off Magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Norris pulled a sheet of paper and a brush from his pocket and began to draw the landscape of
Hey.
Wow, Neuros, how did you get so good at drawing? Ah, my boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it. I'm finished. Here, take it as a keepsake. Wasn't it for research?
But
I thought you needed this for research. All the pertinent information I need has been etched into my very mind. I can make do without the sketch itself. I received Nora's research picture. The drawing is intricately detailed and could accurately convey the full majesty of this place to a viewer who has never been here before.
Hey there.
Hey now, why don't you give that to Maria? I bet she'd love to see something from our journey, and we could tell her a story about this place. The next time we're in Grand Trad, I should give the drawing to Maria. Huh? A magical organism in the form of a tree. Can't say fairies are in the aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely! Gallica is the most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which has given me great insight into my own research into flight.
Huh?
What? You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However,
Turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it hints itself blue to herald the arrival of a favorable development. I wonder what manner of anomaly its current color portends. We took a brief detour, but I feel that seeing that rare sight has broadened my wisdom.
All right.
I really need to work on eloquence and
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
Oh, we don't get to take advantage of them sweet deals. I wonder what kind of place Martira is. Alright. Let's save here. We're gonna talk to Stroll. Hey, are you looking for something to do? My weapons are as sharp as they're going to get, and I'm not up to much. Can to keep me company for a while? Alright, let's see what Stroll has to say.
No then.
So next up is Martira. It feels like just yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short span of time. I met you, we went over to the Northern Fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I'd once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of times long past. Speaking of which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power that hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met miserable ends? They had no allies.
What's that about?
Maybe they liked allies.
Oh, I see.
Try as they might, even the strongest king wouldn't be able to establish a country by himself. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we've got more than one power at our disposal. And on top of that, we've got allies who share these abilities as well. If we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. Though, all this does make me wonder just how many more of these powers are still out there. If my imagination grows as Stroll and I discuss the challenges still ahead of us.
All right.
Come on, get to level 2, Oh, we're right there! Come now, it's too early for bed, let's talk some more. Pointless bullshit.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh wow, I missed all this green!
It's so bumpy.
That'd be the change in terrain, lad. See, you've got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
Nani?
Did we just crash? Of course not. That's
A cannonade.
Oh, they wanna pick some fights, huh?
My star is rising! Ah! Sanctism will reign! Ah!
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Guido, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
It doesn't seem like they're trying to land a fatal shot, just aiming to break the opposing side's Gauntlet Runner.
Stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So it is a clash to halt each other's advance. Damned fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look, over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Godot's firepower.
Our plan hinges on winning Louis's favor. Can we afford to abandon Gladel if he's one of Louis's supporters?
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Vorden gets a leg up on the competition.
Let's give Gladel a hand here.
Good thinking. That way we could win Louis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help! Withdraw, Gladel! Who goes there? Why do you stand for Louis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now. That Gauntlet Runner. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral! Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time!
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Godot and his monks have boarded the deck. Looks like he knows the magic won't shield us. He's aiming to kill us here and now.
You dare interfere in my fight! Know your place! Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names? Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, old egg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren! Put the fear of God into these impious commoners!
Don't forget about the petrification magic!
Brawler!
Taste that! I won't let's set it up! Not this. Warrior!
With blade in hand!
Witness the power of Sanctism! What could you hope to achieve?
He knows we can't attack him. He's toying with us.
Give me your aid!
Not the right move. I shall vanquish evil.
You'll be dust!
It's okay. We'll do this together! No, Vitus power!
Let justice prevail! I say yet cling to let's go!
This is God's judgment!
Both badly wounded. Can
What could you
anyone heal
hope
him?
to achieve?
Bro!
Brace yourself!
Get him back on his feet!
To him.
Stroll that
My
ball!
return. My
Can anyone get him
power!
back on his feet?
From our position,
I live to see another day.
More resilient than I expected. I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now, feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brother.
So badly wounded.
What can I do?
Stroll can't take any more.
Are you prepared?
Be frozen!
Warrior! Stroll!
Helpful as ever.
I stand ready. Here!
I owe you.
Stroll! They sap your defenses!
The power of impossible!
I won't hold back. I'll get through.
Sanctism is supreme. Sanctism will reign.
Stroll's badly wounded. Can anyone heal
Sanctism
him?
will reign.
Captain's hurt bad. Let's get him some healing.
Behold! We stand together!
All right, let's go.
First ploy exposed a new weakness.
Not out of this yet. This calls for one of these.
Sanctism will reign.
Captain's hurt bad.
Can't give up now.
Let's get him some healing.
Sanctism will reign.
This is it. Someone get him back on his feet.
This'll do.
Captain looks
Just see another day.
Someone get him healed up.
Knight! Not now.
We're not doing so well here.
Just the
I
thing.
knew you'd help.
Come on.
Sanctism will reign.
Captain's hurt bad. Let's get him some healing. The captain's down. Someone help him back up.
Jesus, man. They're taking out my damn guy.
Still bad shape. She needs help.
Warrior!
It's just, I wish you could change archetypes, man, but we can't do it.
Let me helpful as ever.
Sanctism will reign.
First down. Get her back up. Stroll. Someone get him back on his
Sanctism
feet.
will reign.
Not like this.
Wow. Okay. It pays to have one be a mage.
see.
Okay, because we died here, we're just gonna do this stuff and autosave. Okay.
What now?
I didn't know we was gonna go into battle like that, so the game, to be fair, you kind of screwed me over there, but whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna do mage.
Who needs igniters? I'll show you magic.
I'm gonna have you repel all that is impure. Increase evasion when it's dark. We don't have a better staff, unfortunately. I'm gonna have him be that. He'll be a mage. Should I keep Terrakaja? I guess we can keep Terrakaja.
I think.
That's not what I want.
What now?
Shoot. Mini hammer just. Oh. You can't do massive pierce damage, so. Maybe it'd be better to have her as brawler? Because that guy's resistant to pierce. And he's resistant to sword slashes. Let's see here. We get magic guard. You know what? Maybe that'll be the difference. If we use magic guard, they can't attack us with magic. And that'll force them to lose turns. We'll save here.
Hey.
Talking Stroll, like we did before.
Speaking of,
Allies is what I said before. Okay.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's...
let's give good
Yeah, shut up, dude. We don't care.
Don't forget about the petrification magic!
I'm all prepared. Not this.
Sure,
We'll do this together. By this power.
Who needs mage? Perhaps not. All yours.
Prepare
Let us
yourself.
fight as one.
Let me help. Helpful as ever.
I help.
I shall seize my chance. What could you hope to achieve?
Damn it.
Take this. Dear God.
He knows we can't attack him. He's
I won't
toying
hold
with us.
back. Let me help.
Thanks. Mage.
Let me check some
This. This should do it.
Stroll!
Witness me,
Power of heroes.
It's okay. By this power.
Who's the more dangerous one right now?
That's true.
Chance! What could you hope to achieve?
Stroll's badly wounded! Can anyone heal him?
I won't lose.
Stroll can't take any more!
Mage.
Someone heal him!
Be frozen.
Hit their weak point!
Is everyone
Keep it up,
all right?
Stroll!
From our position.
Helpful as ever.
Let's see.
Stroll!
I cut
They
Mage.
sapped their defenses!
Power of light. Expose
Comrades, lend me your strength. Is that all?
Let's do this. I would lose for the sake of now.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my.
Oh, are you? Wait a minute, really? I have to focus on killing one. Wow.
Take this.
I thought he only did that if. All right. Yes.
Lend me your strength. Maybe there's a better choice. I won't hold back.
We gotta take somebody.
Here.
out.
I owe you.
Cease your
Are you
resistance.
prepared? Be frozen.
Hit their weak point!
By the
Keep it up,
sworn
Stroll!
oath of
Join with me.
Helpful as ever.
Sanctism will reign.
Come on, that should be all 4 turns. That should be the whole thing. Are you serious?
I have your back.
Oh,
See you.
I won't lose.
cool.
Guard is
Let's
down!
go. Let me help. Thanks.
Prostrate
Mage.
yourself before God.
The power of
Hit their weak point! Keep it up, Stroll!
Not now. I see you.
Wow, that isn't weak. Yes.
My power.
Warrior.
Who needs? I call upon royal power within.
Damn it.
Mistake.
Sanctism will reign.
Hulkenberg badly wounded.
Take this. Take this.
Oh, please.
Hulkenberg's in bad shape. She needs help. Hulkenberg's guard is down. They're weak to ice. Let's stop them cold.
I'm counting on you.
Witness me, brethren.
That's not what I wanted to do. It was a turn. Kill him.
My
Let us
power.
fight
I
as
get to
one.
use jump
Let my
throws.
power
This is
take
motherfucker. There you go.
So, the faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him.
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism. Now, are you prepared for the end?
I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my Gauntlet Runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint. Hey, get down here! What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
I guess you survived this time.
Don't you talk down to me. You want to see what I'm really capable of.
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Damn, rude!
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. Consider me chastened and shooed. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
Don't look at me when you say that. Go away.
You surprised me out there,
Oh
love.
no,
You bested Godot.
Get this
So
guy
you're
out
not
of here.
just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Damn!
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain
Don't tell that to me.
yourselves.
Tell that to your boy back there.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nydia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but that's... Oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore. I'd know the
Oh, thank goodness.
suspensions anyway.
Whew. He was
You
further
have
for the
a
Gauntlet Runner.
workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juno! The kingdom's greatest singer! The dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck?
I think it's just you, Hulkenberg. Yep, it's just
No
you.
one else wants to shake her hand?
No.
Well, then on behalf of this group, I
Go away. No, go home.
suppose it falls to me.
Go back to the Gauntlet Runner.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
Can we not have another battle, please?
Airborne? Gauntlet Runner. He's actually finished it.
Don't worry, my guy. We'll have an airborne one soon.
Luis.
Shit, it's Luis!
My lord, Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladell got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Saintist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady June is safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug, and I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
I'm a
I'm
candidate.
just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a Gauntlet Runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
He's asking why I became a candidate. How should I respond? What are these choices? I want to go with something a bit more idealistic, right? To save the country is what I would tell him. However, I can't tell him about the prince because then he's gonna know the prince is alive. He's gonna want to go and kill him. I don't want to say to help your bitch ass, but I also, if I say to become king, he may become antagonistic and kill me right then and there on the spot. It literally forces me to only choose to help you, Count Luis, which is like, fine, whatever.
I want to help you, Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic.
Oh, damn it! No! Don't tell our secrets, woman!
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized.
Ooh, what a good actor.
You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, loves.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector!
The dog's name is Hector? Nah, that's funny. Oh, it's gonna be interesting when I have to take all your asses.
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then. That could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Glodell. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our
Luis
power,
doesn't
does he?
remember Hulkenberg?
And let's find Heisman. Bring him to justice.
How does he
and
not?
show the nation
Okay.
we're a force to be reckoned with.
As the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers?
That fight was really annoying.
Of the dark. The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the Gauntlet Runner.
After that, let's see, there's more cutscene, and if there's another cutscene, we're going to let that play through, and then we'll end the video here. Or after the cutscene.
Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Let's say we go check on him.
Oh.
Hey! Nurse, you okay?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
Is there something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see? She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort. But
maybe we should show him our book.
Somehow, that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Should I say... Who'd you hear this from, or have you seen one?
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy.
So like yourself.
That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
Maybe I should look into Camiro when we get to Martira.
This one's important.
We left Nuras, who dissolved into doom and gloom again, and headed towards our narrow sleeping quarters in our Gauntlet Runner.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
So many cutscenes! Just wanna let it in here and move on. So we're arriving in Martira this evening then. Good. Soon we'll be liberated from this blasted shaking. Liberated? I do believe I take offense to that. The fairies girls are right, you know. A carriage could never keep up this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Apologies, I am grateful. It's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. That, and I pray we can avoid further hindrances like yesterday's. Once we arrive in town, we're supposed to meet with Barden, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's Gauntlet Runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client Barden awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Tis far
this
more
place...
desolate a place than I'd heard.
I was just about to say that.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
Ah, you're here! I've been hoping you'd show up soon.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament.
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates Gauntlet Runners. The criers say Forden's allies suffered the worst of it.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them, I mean. Some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
But surely all fights have casualties.
I suppose. There is truth in that.
Hey, read the room, will ya?
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. 'Twould be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the Bally Waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
I may have to end it after this line.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Alright, I'm gonna end it here. We're gonna pick up the next video right from here. And see you guys next time.